Subchapter M is a new code of federal regulations established by the Coast Guard that effectively raises the standard of safety for U.S. flag towing vessels.
It all started back in the early 2000s. The Coast Guard came out with these rules, Subchapter M, and they were going to start inspecting all of these workboats and tugboats and towboats. Prior to that, it was unregulated, uninspected. All of our customers and our industry demanded more.
It's a new era for the towing vessel industry. July of 2022 is the end of the phase-in period. By that time, all vessels should be 100% compliant, and that's where we are today.
To be Subchapter M certified and in compliance means that you're doing all the right things. All of our tugboats at Crescent Towing were of the Subchapter M standard. We were pretty much there.
You know, we worked as a team here on the shoreside staff with our crews, our third-party organization, and the Coast Guard to bring existing towing vessels up to a new standard that probably allows for these vessels to have a much longer life.
Subchapter M has been the minimum, and we strive to go above that.
The company met Subchapter M standards by a lot of training with our crew members. We also incorporated a database system called CooperWork, which collects all of the safety inspections, maintenance items, risk assessments that we can prove to the Coast Guard that our mariners on our vessels are in compliance.
Mainly, it was a lot of training of the mariners just to make sure that they were operating within our safety management system, but also taking care of a lot of the small little aspects of our tugboats that need to be fixed, whether it's an emergency light being out, fixing a couple of welds, or replacing some steel here and there. We have some great equipment out there, and our crew members and our shore staff do a great job of maintaining that equipment.
We had to take the federal regulations and apply them to our vessels. That was challenging for us. How do you apply what's on the paper to a vessel built maybe 40 years prior to the regulation being written?
It took a lot of self-scrutiny, but taking an honest look in the mirror and asking ourselves who we are and who do we want to be.
The majority of my time spent implementing Sub-M was focused on our crew members and the implementation of the compliance procedures that they now have to be held to.
Being in the industry for a long time, over 20 years, everything that we did back then and what we thought was a standard back then, there's been a little bit added to it. It was difficult to modify our way of thinking, and that was challenging.
It took a culture change and a complete buy-in with our vessel crews and shoreside management. It took working with our TBO day in and day out, the customer, the vessel crew, shoreside management, and it was more of a culture shock to these guys because everything is now documented and there's a paperwork trail for everything you do, and it was getting them to a complete buy-in to something we've never seen before as an industry.
A lot of our crew members have been working out here for decades, and this has been a new thing for them. Over, I would say, 2 years, we kind of went over the hill and everybody started to understand why we were doing this and that it was really making their jobs safer.
CMT being 100% Subchapter M compliant represents the culmination of about 4 or 5 years of work. The shoreside staff, they really rose to the occasion. It's a pretty big feat for us to be compliant across our entire fleet.
Starting from the guys on the tugboats to being knowledgeable about the safety management system, all the way up to the decisions that we make here in the office. It is a complete team effort.
We appreciate all the hard work and dedication from everybody on our staff.
It's a great milestone. We're very happy to say that Plimsoll Marine was one of the leaders in starting the process early on back in 2017. And without teamwork, efforts by everybody, with our M&R staff, operations staff, and most importantly the boat crews, the vessel crews, everyone on board believes in the program, and that has brought us to where we are today.
Subchapter M is a major accomplishment for the company, and we have world-class shoreside personnel here. It couldn't have been done without them.
Guys in these boats, they take ownership. We feel that these boats are ours, so we try to maintain them that way.
It's been a challenging road, but we've made it, and it's important to keep holding yourself to a higher standard.
Being in compliance with Subchapter M provides us an opportunity to ensure that we, from a safety perspective, have the highest quality vessels that the industry offers.
Everybody has a great attitude and wants to make sure that we are still the premier tugboat operator in the Mississippi River. And so they come to work with that attitude, and we got it done.
It took a real push for everybody to get where we're at, and we're very proud of our crews. Really enhanced the safety throughout the industry for our crews and our customers.
As we go out and pursue new business and renew the business that we've had and enjoyed for many years, what matters more than even the price is the kind of operator you are. So having boats and having crews that not only meet but exceed the regulatory environment that we're under is incredibly important commercially for us maintaining and growing our business.